Every day I scroll YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, something to buy. 75% of the time it's something dumb, dumber than a box of rocks. Let's talk about things that you could not convince me to buy. Starting off in the health and wellness category, AG1. I don't even know what this is. This is about to be sarcastic, but if they come around and want to sponsor me on my YouTube channel and give me a bunch of money, I might change my tune. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Depending. No, but for real. I don't think I like that. I really don't. So what is it, greens powder? I have a hard time with that. I think that you should eat greens. And I would like to say that that does not have to be in the form of a salad. Last summer, I went through like a really big spinach and smoothie phase where I would put like a metric arse ton of spinach in a smoothie, blend that thing up with some fruit, you don't even taste it. This year though, I'm off of that wave at the moment and I'm in a microwave spinach wave. Like I'm in a literal Popeye. That's me. Grab a big handful of spinach, plop it in a bowl, microwave it 30 seconds. Once it's a little wilted, I put some Maldon salt on it. If you want to do a little garlic, you could do that. Pepper. If you have like shaved parm, put that on there. Another 30 seconds in the microwave. You get this much spinach. It's gone down to this big. I don't know if that reduced the nutrients. Maybe it did. Maybe it did, and I'm just saying some stupid stuff. But, sorry, my dog's freaking coughing. You okay, buddy? You okay? I don't know what. The moment I start filming, he's like, I'm actually gonna choke. I'm actually choking now. Anyway, so my thought on that is, how did they get the greens into the powder form? I'm weirded out. Okay, maybe I don't get it, but I'm weirded out. I don't know. I'm probably not doing that. Next up is electrolytes of any sort, really. I'm thinking Element. That's who came to mind. I'm sorry to shade them. Unless you're like marathon training, I guess, or like maybe if you do hot yoga like every single freaking day, or hot Pilates, whatever, a heated workout every single day where you're sweating a ton. But otherwise, I don't think you need that. Isn't there like something that could go wrong with you having all of that? The electrolytes, like couldn't you like give yourself a kidney stone or something? Maybe I'm wrong. Look, I don't care, okay? I'm not doing it. I'll put some salt in my water. I will do something else. Or maybe I'll be wrong, and when I freaking keel over one of these days and they say I was because I was deficient in electrolytes. I don't know. I think I used to be like not an electrolyte rich person when I was younger, because I used to be like passing out and shit, but like now I eat a lot of hopefully nutrient dense food. Like I really try, especially if I'm gonna be active, walking, working out, whatever. I'm like, you have got to eat something solid before. I no longer feel like I'm gonna fall out and keel over and shit, so I think I'm okay. I think they're scamming you. I do. Next up, protein powder. Protein powder, I have tried protein powder and I have a bunch in my pantry because I don't like it. I've tried different flavors. I don't like it. It makes me feel like there's a cinder block in my stomach. It feels weird. I would much rather get protein from food, and I'm not a bodybuilder, okay? I want to grow muscle and I want to be strong and I want to be full for a long time, you know what I mean? But I'm not putting protein powder in some Greek yogurt and stirring it up. I'm already fighting for my life to eat Greek yogurt when it doesn't have a bunch of stuff mixed in. I'm not mixing protein powder in. I'm just simply not. I've tried it. I used to try it years ago when I was like in high school, and I would make my dad make me a protein shake after cheer practice. Felt like a brick in my intestines. I don't like it. It's not for me. I don't care. People saying this one doesn't have a chalky flavor. It does. And that's okay. If you like it, I'm not doing it though. I will eat something else. I'll eat some damn cottage cheese, okay? I eat meat now. I don't know if I used to be vegetarian, if you didn't know that, but anyway. I'm not eating protein powder. I don't like it, and I'm not buying it. Feels weird. Next up, another water bottle. Here's the thing, are there real people? And I don't think there are. I think this is like something constructed online. Are there real people who see somebody with an old water bottle, an out of trend water bottle, and they're like, if that's you, I'm not kidding. It is time and it's okay and it's normal, but to seek help. You need to seek help. The whole point is that you reuse the water bottle. Why would you have 4,000? Don't tell me you're collecting them, it's weird. I'm the proud owner of 3 Stanleys. One is black, it's my husband's. I got it for him because he kept trying to steal mine. One is cream, it's mine, that I use all the time. It's full of water in my room right now. The other one I received in a gift in PR, and it has my initials on it, so I never use it because it's like hand wash only. Okay, so I have 3 Stanleys. Unless my Stanley explodes, in which case I have a backup. Unless the backup explodes, I'm not buying another water bottle. I don't care. I don't care. Emma Chamberlain's been saying it, but I didn't need her to tell me. I love her to death. but maybe others would like to hear that message. If you have a water bottle that holds water, you're good. And I'm not saying, like, obviously the world's like low-key fucked. Like, one water bottle, buying a water bottle is not what's gonna stop you from achieving your financial goals or like saving the planet of pollution. But like, when it comes to how you live every day in your life, having a bunch of water bottles on the cabinet, that will freak you out. That would freak me out. So it would be nice to not ever do that. And I'm not doing that. And I'm not buying one unless my water bottle explodes. And if I'm 85 drinking out of that same Stanley, mission accomplished. Now, this was a tough one for me, and I think I'm standing by my statement. I am not buying a fitness tracker. What I really mean by that is an Oura ring. I really want one though, I really do, but I'm fighting the urge. My friend let me have her old Apple Watch last summer. I wore that, I was like, I'm not wearing, like, I'm only using it when I walk or work out. Like, I'm not gonna wear that all the time. And then I got to this point where I was like, oh my God, I have to have it on around the house so I can get my steps counted and like all these little, like, I need to have it so that it can track these things. And then I kind of like low-key freaked out and like obsessed over it. One day, dropped it on the concrete, broke the touchscreen, shit don't work anymore. Haven't gotten it fixed, broke my habit. I feel light and free. I don't know if I can know those things. Like the Oura ring, it tells you such interesting stuff. I don't know if I should know those things. Like, I almost feel like I should know some of that stuff because it's gonna be like an obsession for me. And then I'm like, ooh, the simple human ring or whatever. You know what I mean? The cheaper one. Ooh, I'm really interested in it telling me if I slept well or not. But then I'm like, do I need a ring to tell me if I slept well or not? I feel like I know. You can kind of tell when you wake up, you're like, damn. You know what I mean? So for now, I'm standing on my statement. I'm not buying a fitness tracker. I've watched the podcast. I've been through the faces. I've listened to the people who are getting the wearables that track their freaking glycemic. Why did I think I should get that for a second? There was like that's when you know someone's down so bad. When someone starts wanting a freaking blood sugar tracker for no fucking reason because they listen to a damn podcast, you need to seek help for that person quick because they're going on some crazy shit, okay? Back up. No. All right. We're still in the health and wellness category because I'm telling you that 2 months little period where I was locked in on that one guy that yells at you. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about. He was like a Marine or something. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Maybe he was. The guy that, you're a bitch, that guy. That was crazy, dude. That was crazy. Anyway, but notice how I didn't post about it because I'm like not trying to freak other people out. Cool. Okay. Juices. For the most part. I'm not a huge, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm not a huge pressed juice girly. Mostly because if I go to like a place that sells this, they also have coffee or matcha, and then I'm like, oh, I want that instead, and I don't want to spend $400, so I'll just get the coffee or the matcha. And I get freaked. Okay, this is kind of giving someone who would wear a freaking, what is that shit called? One of those trackers that you wear in your body. Doesn't matter. But what I'm about to say is kind of giving that. I don't want to eat I don't want just the juice, I want the fiber of the fruit. And I don't feel satisfied just drinking the juice, I want to crunch on the fruit. You feel me? And isn't it better to have the fiber too? Yeah, it is. And don't you get the fiber if you have a smoothie? That's fine. I'm not anti-smoothie. I don't like a juice. And I especially don't come at me talking about a cleanse. No, ma'am. First of all, you're gonna shit your pants. I don't feel like that's actually like a good cleanse to have. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not a doctor. I just don't think that's normal. Second of all, you have a liver and kidneys and like things that get things out of your body that aren't supposed to be in your body, and then when you pee, it comes out. Like, I think we know that. So like, we don't have to drink a bunch of weird things with like spirulina in it to cleanse ourselves. You can drink those things because you like the flavor, or you like to have the juice from the fruit and you like spirulina and you think there's benefits. I have spirulina in my pantry. I don't even know why for. But like, to drink it and be like, oh, I'm cleansing my body, you're going down a path and it's gonna be weird. Last but not least, this category is way too long. I'm telling you, I have beef with this stuff. Trendy supplements. I just think these things are not regulated by anybody. And a lot of the time, we're doing too much. Like, unless you had, like, you went to the doctor and, like, got tested for some type of deficiency, you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, you're deficient in this nutrient, this vitamin, this mineral. But, like, just to DIY guess at the health food store, and I can't tell you how badly I've wanted to do that. I've been in those aisles and been just wanting to guess. I don't think it's a good thing to do. I like a woman's daily vitamin. I like a fish oil because my grandpa told me to take it. That's not how you're supposed to base that information. I haven't bought any more since because I don't feel like I've done any digging or ask anybody of any knowledge about that. So right now we're just rocking with the women's one day, and I forget to take that shit all the time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was in a really good phase with it last summer. I was also taking last summer, what is that stuff? I can't think of what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. It comes from like algae, and it's supposed to be good if you're pale for like your skin and vitamin D and the freaking your eyeballs. I don't know. I haven't taken it. I bought it like 3 times when I was in my crazy like listening to podcast phase, and then I ran out of it, and now I'm like, what was I doing something weird? I don't think I should just be taking stuff randomly. I don't know if we should be doing that. Like, we're already pushing our luck with a lot of stuff. I feel like we probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, and even when I was taking that, I wasn't posting about it because it doesn't feel right. Like, I don't have any knowledge for real to recommend that to you. That's irresponsible to me. So, okay. Next up is fashion, and I only have 2 items in this category. My other categories are kind of slim compared to the health and wellness category. Fashion, okay, non-natural fiber pajamas, or really anything. For the most part, I'm trying to get back to this. This is how my mom always told me to shop. Like, growing up, she would always look at the materials, always tell me about how I should be getting natural fibers. And then I lost my way. I became polyester final boss for a bit there. So I've been there. But now it's just, we know too much. The stuff's made out of plastic, it's made out of oil, it's disgusting. It lays weird unless it's like a really high-end designer, like a gown that's made out of something like a rayon, which I get that. There's a time and a place, and if it's made nicely, it's a higher end, and it's a occasion wear. I'm talking about like your everyday clothing and pajamas. And also, like, when you wash it, you can't get the freaking stink out. I don't like that. And you sweat in it. It's not comfortable to wear. It doesn't feel good on your body. You're sweaty, especially pajamas. I have a serious beef with this. And like, people who are like, oh, I really sweat when I sleep. I feel like we need to really evaluate the sleeping conditions, because unless you have cotton pillowcases, cotton sheets, cotton jammies, and then you're telling me you're sweating a lot, I believe you. But like, if you have a jersey sheet and a poly pajama on, oh my God, I will sweat my ass off in that. I remember as a kid going to your friend's house, I always had cotton sheets because, again, my mom was on this wave. She worked in interior designs, like in that realm, so she was like conscious of fabrics. Anyway, so yeah, here we are. But I remember going to my friend's house and they would have like the jersey sheets, and I'm like, why am I sweating so freaking bad? That's why, babe, I can't. Also, and you'll notice this now that I say it, it looks flammable. The jammies especially. But like, you can just see people sometimes and I'm like, you look literally flammable AF right now. And I don't like that. I don't like that. For me, that's not the wave I'm on. And again, I should have never strayed from the light. I don't like it. Okay. It's way more comfortable to wear a natural fiber. Okay. This is tough for me, but I'm not buying random workout clothes. Like, I'm not trying random sets from Old Navy or Target. I'm not doing it. I've already had to fight the demon twice, but I'm not doing it this year already, this season. I'm not doing it. And I'm not doing it because it never fits how I want. And okay, so I really like to walk, and I've gotten really into bar. I do Pilates as well, but I can like barely ever get in a class because they're always full. So I've like really locked in on bar, and I'm like obsessed with it now. But I got a pair of leggings randomly like last November or December from Marshalls or TJ Maxx or something, and they were with me to bar the next day. They're riding the hell down. They're falling off. I'm yanking them up. The band is tight in like a weird spot. I have 4, I think, pairs of Lululemon leggings. I would rather have those than a whole pile of random leggings. Hell no. Because I don't want to be focused on pulling my clothes and like arranging them when I want to be locked in. Also, I'm wearing these things and sweating in them. I need them to hold up, to wear and to wash. I always hang dry, I always wash delicate. I am a little scared because I just talked about polyester, and we've talked about how like the smell doesn't really come out of it, but so far I don't really feel like mine are too musty, but I don't know. And I know what I like in terms of the cuts and the styles at Lululemon. I'm not into aloe. I've never tried anything. I've never gotten to the point of it, but I just don't think it's for me. From what I've heard, I know what I like. I like the Aligns and I like the Align top. I like most of the tops. I like most of the sports bras. But one thing I noticed too in bar, like when you're doing a squat or like a lunge and they're like, okay, make sure one of your hips isn't raising. When I'm wearing other leggings, the waistband will be all messed up, but my Aligns are in place so I can see and like tilt my hips and like adjust back and see the line of the waistband. And like it really helps me like stay in the right form. I don't know. I am just a big fan. And also I love that, you know, like the styles, like I said, they're gonna return. If you buy that top that you like at Target or Old Navy, that's that. Like it's gone next week. It's not coming back next year. The shit's gone. And it's like, well, damn, I like that top. You know what I mean? And also the colors. Like you're never gonna find that color again. Lulu, if you get on Poshmark or something and you love a color or you want to match something, you can find it again. And they might have it again. I don't know. So I'm just not on that wave anymore. It's not for me. I don't really want to try. I don't really want to get into Athleta. Like I'm pretty much just locked in. I really feel like I found what I like and what works and I want to stick with it. So, okay, next up, the beauty category. Now this is where I really don't want to be mean, but I'm going to speak my truth, okay? This is my truth. This is not meant to make other people feel any type of way. If you love these things, I'm happy for you, but this is my opinion and why I don't know if they are the things to be doing. I really don't. Like, I don't mean to get freaking deep either, but like as a society, I don't know if these things are right. I don't think that they are in my eyes. Okay, starting with lash extensions, which feels like a really big buildup for a fucking lash extension, but I don't like them. Now what? I don't like them. I don't like them. And maybe it's my Midwest in me. I love Bravo as much as the next person. I'm locked in on Southern Charm. Me and the Southern Charm cast are like this. They don't know me. But how somebody looks on a reality show half the time isn't quite right, to be honest. If not 75% of the time. So especially in real life, living in the, and again, maybe it's just because I'm in the Midwest, I'm in Illinois, like I'm outside St. Louis. I think sometimes there's like a grass that should be touched and be like, whoa. Because also at my heart and in my truest, serious, most deepest self, I believe every single, not to be deep and hippy dippy, I believe every single person is beautiful. I literally do not think there is an ugly person, and I think that beauty is in your form. You know what I mean? Like being you in your truest self is what makes you beautiful. Not you're beautiful despite your differences. No, you are because of your differences. Your differences make you beautiful. I saw a lady, this is so weird. I'm not even gonna say where I was, but I was somewhere and I saw a lady who was older and her nose was like very striking. It had a bump in it. And I saw her from the side and she had a headband on and I thought she looked so, she was probably in her 60s. And I was like, she looks regal. Like she looks so strong and regal because of that nose, and it's so cool. Like to pull your hair back and have that profile, it was so like, it was just so fucking cool. Like that's all there was to it. And I'm being so dead ass. Like to be a child and grow up, and if she felt any type of way about that nose, it like hurts me because I'm like, dude, you looked so cool. You were so your own self and your own person in those little things. And like to put a eyelash, this is so stupid for an eyelash extension, but like it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what they think about themselves. But I just want them to see themselves as, that's really my thing. I don't want people to think that they should put those things on. I want them to look at themselves and be like, damn, I'm actually eating down by myself on my own. I don't know, you guys. I'm cutting the frick out of all this because I'm being so weird. The next point is filler. Every single thing I said stands. Every single thing I said stands, dude. I can't. It's almost like painful for me to listen to. It's like painful for me to be a part of discussions where people are talking about what they want to fill or change. I'm like almost wanting to run my head through an effing wall. Everybody needs my mom. My mom, dude, had me, still does, delusional. Hyped to the point of delusion. Don't need that shit. No, nobody needs it. Not just me. I sincerely think that's not okay. I'm sorry, and it's not my place, but that's my thought. For me, you could never convince me to get filler. You could never convince me to put that in me. We don't know what that's gonna do. Like, we are yet to see the effects of all of these people that are so young putting this stuff in their face. Like, we don't know what that's gonna lead to. And don't tell me that somebody who's in their 20s needs to be filling parts of their face. Because of what? What are you talking about? Guys are not sitting around talking about this shit. Could you imagine? And maybe people can, and I'm so really sad actually if you can't imagine like your mom being like, oh, I need to go fill all this up in my face and fix it. That's not right. Like, no, you're so pretty. Why do you feel like that? Why do I not even want to post this? Because I don't mean to be mean to, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. I just think that there's really weird, it's a really weird vibe put on girls and women. And I don't like it. I don't like it, okay? I don't. I especially do not like it in movies. I don't like it when you can see it in actresses. It just makes me sad. I actually just got worked up and I had to cut that. I like actually got, like I'm not kidding, my forehead vein is probably bulging. I think we've lost the plot. I sincerely think we've lost the plot. I don't know if it's the internet. I don't know if it's the TV. I have this thing where like, I was scared to get this permanent bracelet because sometimes at night, or like when you take a shower, I get pissed when I can't get everything off. Like I'm talking wash my hair, wash all my makeup off, big ass t-shirt, all the jewelry off. And sometimes it freaks me out to think about not being able to get something off. So to think about like, and maybe this is a me thing, but like to think about filler in my face or something, and it's just there and that's it. But oh my God, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Next up, Botox. Hey, did you expect to see that one? Probably. Look, I'm sorry. This is like actually my true beliefs about this stuff. I don't think it's right. I think there's weird pressures on women and I don't like it, okay? Who are you to tell people what they're doing? Nobody. You can do whatever you want. I don't think it's right and I think it's sad. I think it's sad because again, are men sitting around talking about how they can paralyze muscles in their forehead so they don't get a forehead wrinkle? Like that is such a freaking foot on women as a whole, don't you think? That instead of talk about like the social and political state of the world, that's a fucking joke, but like, you know what I mean?
We talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now.
I'm serious. I don't like it. I cannot stand to be in those conversations because it makes me like want to shake people like, you are gorgeous, you are slay, you are boots, you are the house, you are tea. Embrace these things. Embrace our faces shifting and changing so that our children can see people shift and change and grow and the beauty of that and the laugh lines from laughing and the freaking sad lines from being sad and the crow's feet because you laughed with your friends. And how am I supposed to, I get people get it for migraines, that's like different. I'm not talking about child health benefit girlies. Again, it's not my place, but like this is my thought, okay? And I might cut this whole freaking part out because I'm being, like I'm actually getting mad about it and I don't know if I'm getting it out how I want to get it out. I have this weird theory and everybody can delete me if they want. I'm not trying to sound like a weird podcaster. But I have this weird theory or thought or concern, I guess, with Botox. And you can tell me if I'm like totally off base, that's fine. But like, you know how if you break your leg and you don't use your leg while your leg is healing, like you're on crutches or something, the muscles in your leg will atrophy and then that one leg will be like smaller or like frailer looking, you know what I mean? Like it just looks weird because the muscles weren't used. I have a thought, like what happens when you keep Botox in a part of your face, be it your forehead, I don't know, somewhere else. What happens though? Because if you don't use those muscles for months, do they like atrophy? Do you feel what I mean? And there, I feel like there's probably something to that because think about like those new face things that like electro stimulate the muscles, which is done. So the idea there is to stimulate the muscle, right? So that the muscle gets tight and gives you a snatched look. So that's done by stimulating the muscle, which another way to stimulate your muscles is to move your muscles, like pump an iron or like raising your freaking forehead or your eyebrows or smiling, you know what I mean? So what happens when you don't do that? Do you feel what I mean? Like, is there something there? Because I feel like things are causing a weird, if you ever need to overthink something or think yourself out of something, call me, comment on my stuff because I will think about it to a point where I come up with something. Bruh, I will freak you out on a topic with a quickness and I will talk you directly out of it. Okay, last one, way less touchy. I don't like those freaking disposable paper towels that people are wiping their face with. Okay, I'm never buying those. I'm like just not, people are like, oh, they're not like a paper towel, it's softer. That's not why I don't like them. I just don't like them. I use a washcloth. I've always been a washclother. I use like a cleansing balm on my hands and then I wipe my face and I go gently on my eyes to get the mascara. I don't use waterproof mascara. And then at that point, all the makeup is dissolved and like on my face. Run your hands under the water, hands are wet. Emulsify the cleansing balm. So now the makeup is all loose. water, washcloth, water, wipe, wipe. You can wipe a little extra around your nose. I do for exfoliation. Next step, water-based cleanser, Vanacream. I'm trying to think of another one. Cetaphil, CeraVe, whatever. I use the Vanacream one. Get it all sudsy in your hands. Wipe, rub, massage, massage, massage. Washcloth, water. New spot on the washcloth. The scratchier the better, but people might not agree with me there. Wipe your face. Get in that hairline, and you'll see some left over still from that round. That's why you gotta do the second round. And then your face is clean. And you take the washcloth and you hang it up to dry. And then if you have spots that are unused on it, you can use them the next day. And then you put in the laundry. And then you can wash all of them. And then you have your face wash towels. And then you wash them in the washing machine. You can wash them on hot if that makes you feel better. With Tide. Or something serious if that makes you feel better. Or free and clear. So that you don't irritate your face with like any scents. And that's what I've been doing for my entire life. Not exactly the whole cleansing routine, but like the washcloth to wash my face. My grandma does that, my mom does that, I do that. I don't know why we would need to buy something all the time to dry our face off. I get it, people are saying that it's got to do with bacteria. I just don't know if I'm there with you on that. That's just me. I've been delaying on filming this because honestly, I don't mean to have a negative aura. But like, some of this stuff pisses me off. Okay, so I have two in the life category. One, I hate when I scroll to a video and it's got some kind of TikTok shop link and the girl's saying something's buttery soft. I can't stand the buttery soft term. Buttery soft, what do you mean? To me, it means polyester realness. That icks me. I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm never saying buttery soft. I don't know why that freaks me the frick out. And that's really it. Like if a blanket is buttery soft or these pajamas are buttery soft. It's because it's made out of freaking plastic and oil. And it's gonna feel like dookie booty in like 24 minutes, especially after it goes through that washing machine, especially after you wear it around. And it pills between the legs. You know that's gonna happen. I actually have a headache, bro. Because I'm thinking negative thoughts. Okay, I'm never buying anything from an MLM, multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, network marketing. I do not believe in that business model. I think it's predatory. I think a lot of the time, most of the time, those businesses prey on women, especially women in vulnerable situations, new moms, single women, divorced moms, that kind of vibe. You can stay home with your kids. You can have this business of your own. It's not your business of your own. You're trying to recruit your friends. You're trying to sell to your friends. It's annoying to them. The products are not that great. If they were, the company would have their shit in a store because they would not miss out on those sales. They would not sell it through a random woman down your street. There might have been a time where this was innocent in the 60s. Perhaps Avon, Tupperware, I know, was an MLM, started as an MLM. But today, especially, don't let me see you selling a supplement through an MLM. You can post me on your account and say that I'm a freaking hater and I hate to see women win or something, but like I just think you're a freaking scam artist. I literally do, and I'm so sorry. And if you are into that or want to learn more, Hannah Alonso on YouTube, I love following her. She does a bunch of anti-MLM and MLM horror stories and stuff and I just love her cadence and how she speaks. And she's very thoughtful and thorough. All of her videos are great. You'll love her if you like that kind of stuff, that kind of thing, and she's got like a podcast vibe. So I watch her videos, listen to her videos in the background like all the time. If I'm doing something around the house, I usually have YouTube on and she's like one of my daily rotations. So sorry, bring negative energy to your YouTube. I just had to get this out and I feel a lot better now. Not even gonna lie. Hopefully we're all on the same page, and I'm sorry if I'm freaking being mean, and if you're gonna comment because you're mad and I see this happen to people about the Botox comments and be like, and your forehead shows it. Okay, okay. Now what? Like you see that happen to people where someone's like, hey, no one needs injections. And then I'm still stuck on this one. And then people are like, yeah, you do, paper thin lips. These are my lips that I was born with. I am a white person with thin lips. That's how I look. I don't know. And like, at the end of the day, like I love pretty things as much as the next person, but I think I have an issue with things getting like straying to a point of like vanity and like, we were meant to see ourselves in the reflection of a freaking babbling brook vibes instead of staring in the mirror and thinking about all of these things, which at its core is utility. Lips, you know what I mean? Your forehead, your eyebrows, all that shit is for utility. I want to pluck them and shape them and fill them in and put some gloss on them, you know what I mean? I want to dress them up. It's fun. It's, you know, it's a girly thing that a lot of us like to do. But there comes a point, I don't need to rework it. No one does. If you want to spend $500 on something stupid, you should Venmo it to me. Okay, bye. One more thing in this department. I used to do the lip tuck, you know. Yeah, then I looked in the mirror and I was like, what are we doing? And I just let my upper lip, you know what I mean? I just let go of it. DIY lip flip. And if the lip tuck comes out because I'm joyful and gleeful and cheery, the lip tuck came out because I was joyful and gleeful and cheery. You know what I mean? I'm not about to be like, oh, I hate how my mouth looks when I'm being freaking joyful, bruh. We've got to put something in there so it never gets joyful again. That's sad to me. Okay, bye. I'm sorry. I don't know what the frick is wrong with me.